Look around you. Take a good look. Right now, you are surrounded by people who talk about success, who dream about success, who wish for it like it's something that just falls from the sky. But let me tell you something. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you grind for. Your grind is the great separator. It's the line between those who say they want it and those who actually go and take it. The world is watching, and life will test you. And when that moment comes, when you are standing at the crossroads of comfort and greatness, the question is, will you outwork everyone else? Will you be the one who grinds when no one else is looking? Let's talk about the 10 things that will separate you from the rest. Everybody wants to be great. Everybody wants to succeed, but wanting something is not enough. Talent. Talent is everywhere. Walk down any street, step into any room, and you'll find people who were born with something special. But talent alone is nothing without the work, without the sacrifice, without the discipline to push beyond what's comfortable. Talent doesn't wake up early. Talent doesn't stay late. Talent doesn't grind when no one's watching. That's on you. That's on the choices you make every single day. You are not competing with the person sitting next to you. You are not even competing with the people ahead of you. Your greatest competition is that voice in your head that tells you to take it easy, to slow down, to stop when things get tough. That voice will whisper to you when the alarm goes off in the morning, telling you to hit snooze. It will tempt you when you're exhausted, convincing you that skipping one day won't make a difference. It will show up when you fail, making you question if you're even good enough to keep going. But here's the truth. The only way to silence that voice is to outwork it. Outwork the doubt, outwork the fear, outwork the excuses. Because if you don't, someone else will. And when it's time to step up, when the opportunity presents itself, you will not be ready. There are no shortcuts, no easy paths, no magic formulas. Success is earned in the lonely hours, when nobody is watching, when nobody is cheering you on. It's built in the moments when quitting feels like the best option, but you choose to push through. You don't get to rise to the occasion, you fall to the level of your preparation. And if you haven't prepared, if you haven't put in the work, then no amount of talent will save you. Look around. There will always be someone smarter, someone faster, someone naturally gifted, but they will not outwork you. They will not sacrifice more than you. They will not stay later, study harder, push further than you are willing to go. Because you are different. You are willing to embrace the grind. You are willing to do what others won't so you can achieve what others can't. You are willing to suffer through the struggle because you know that struggle builds strength. That discomfort builds character. And that every drop of sweat, every extra hour, every sacrifice is an investment in the person you are becoming. So what are you going to do? Are you going to wait for life to hand you success? Are you going to sit back and hope it comes to you? Or are you going to take it, demand it, earn it? Because no one is going to give it to you. No one is going to feel sorry for you. It's on you to put in the work. It's on you to outwork everybody, every single day. No excuses, no shortcuts, just work. Pain is the price of greatness. Struggle is the tax you pay for success. Most people, when they feel that pressure, when the weight of the world starts crushing down on them, they fold, they break, they tell themselves, maybe this isn't for me. They make excuses, step back and settle. But you don't have that option, not if you want something extraordinary, not if you want to build a life that means something. See, there's a moment in every journey where everything in you will want to quit. Your body will scream for rest. Your mind will fill with doubt. People will tell you to take the easy way out. And that moment, right there, that's the test. That's where champions are made. Because the ones who make it, they don't stop when they're tired. They stop when they're done. They stop when the job is finished, when the dream is realized, when the vision is no longer a vision, but a reality standing right in front of them. Being relentless means refusing to be ordinary. It means refusing to accept limits, refusing to let failure define you. It means when you get knocked down, You don't just get up, you rise. You don't just keep going, you charge forward. There will be pain, there will be setbacks, there will be moments where you feel like the whole world is against you. But those moments, they are gifts. Because every time you push past them, you get stronger. Every time you refuse to quit, you become a little more unstoppable. Success isn't about luck. It isn't about talent. It's about showing up day after day, giving everything you have, even when you don't feel like it. It's about looking failure in the face and saying, "You don't scare me." It's about knowing deep in your soul that no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it gets, you are not stopping. Because this is your dream, this is your purpose, and you refuse to let it slip away. Look around you, the ones who made it, the ones who inspire the world, the ones who defied the odds. None of them had it easy. They weren't handed success. They fought for it. They bled for it. They sacrificed for it. And when everyone else told them to quit, they kept moving. They kept pushing. That's what separates the great from the average. That's what separates success from regret. So ask yourself, right now, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to do whatever it takes? Are you willing to suffer for it, to struggle for it, to fight for it? Because if you are, if you commit, if you refuse to back down, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can stop you. When you are relentless, you are unstoppable. And when you are unstoppable, the world has no choice but to make way for you. Motivation is a feeling, it's fleeting. It comes when things are new, when the dream is fresh, when the path ahead looks easy. But the moment it gets tough, the moment life throws obstacles in your way, motivation disappears. And if you've built your foundation on motivation alone, you will crumble. Because motivation is like the weather, it changes. It's unreliable. And success? Success doesn't wait for the right mood, the right energy, the perfect moment. Success demands discipline. Discipline is the difference between those who talk about their dreams and those who live them. It's the quiet force that gets you up when you'd rather stay in bed, that pushes you forward when quitting seems so much easier. See, discipline isn't about feelings, it's about commitment. It's about making a decision and standing by it no matter what. The great ones, the ones who make it, they don't rely on motivation. They don't wait to feel inspired. They do the work day in and day out, whether they feel like it or not. Think about the champions, the leaders, the people who have changed the world. Do you think they woke up every day feeling unstoppable? No. They had days when they doubted themselves. They had moments when they wanted to quit. But they kept moving, they kept grinding, because discipline told them to, because they understood that success is not about how you feel, it's about what you do. And here's the truth. Discipline is built in the moments nobody sees. It's built in the early mornings, in the late nights, in the sacrifices, in the times you say no to distractions, no to excuses, no to comfort. It's built when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you feel like nothing is working, but you keep going anyway. And over time, discipline becomes who you are. It becomes your edge, your weapon, your power. When you train yourself to be disciplined, you become unstoppable. Because now, it doesn't matter if you're tired. It doesn't matter if things aren't going your way. You still show up. You still put in the work. And when others slow down, when others look for the easy way out, you keep pushing. You keep building. You keep rising. And before you know it, you've separated yourself from the pack. So what will it be? Will you be someone who moves only when it's easy, only when it feels good? Or will you be the one who moves no matter what? The one who doesn't need motivation, because discipline has already decided the outcome. The ones who make it, the ones who achieve everything they set out to do, they don't wait to feel ready. They train themselves to move forward no matter what. And that's why they win. That's why they succeed. Discipline is the key that unlocks everything you want. Build it, live it, own it, and watch how unstoppable you become. Nothing great comes without sacrifice. Nothing. You look at the people who've made it. the ones at the top of their game, the ones who defied the odds, and you see the success, but what you don't see is the price they paid. The late nights grinding while the world slept, the early mornings when their body begged for rest but they got up anyway, the moments of isolation, the missed celebrations, the sacrifices that nobody claps for, because success doesn't come cheap. It demands everything you've got. The question is, are you willing to pay that price? Most people want success until they realize what it costs. They want the reward, but they're not willing to endure the struggle. They want the glory, but they don't want the grind. They want to stand on top of the mountain, but they're not willing to bleed on the way up. But that's the deal. That's the trade-off. You cannot hold on to comfort and expect to grow. You cannot stay the same and expect to become something greater. If you truly want it, you have to be willing to let go of who you are now to become who you are meant to be. That means sacrificing the distractions, the excuses, the habits that are keeping you from your potential. It means saying no when the world tempts you with ease, with pleasure, with a way out. Because every time you choose comfort over commitment, you push your dream further away. Every time you choose what's easy over what's necessary, you stay stuck. And if you do that long enough, one day you'll look back and realize you never gave yourself a real chance. But those who succeed, they understand that sacrifice is not suffering. Sacrifice is an investment. Every hour you put in, every party you miss, every temptation you resist, it all adds up. It builds strength. It sharpens focus, it forges character. And when the results start coming, when the vision starts turning into reality, you'll realize something. You didn't lose anything. You gained everything. You gained discipline. You gained respect for yourself, for your journey. You gained the life you were chasing because you were willing to let go of anything that stood in the way. So ask yourself, how bad do you want it? Because the answer is not in your words, it's in your actions. Are you willing to do what others won't? Are you willing to show up when it's inconvenient? Are you willing to sacrifice who you are for who you can become? Because if you are, if you truly commit, there's no limit to where you can go. The world doesn't give greatness, it rewards those who earn it. And earning it requires sacrifice. The question is, will you make the trade? Will you pay the price? Because if you do, if you embrace the sacrifice, there is nothing that can stop you. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants the success, the recognition, the rewards. But what most people don't realize is that success isn't something you stumble upon. It's something you build brick by brick, day after day, through sweat, through struggle, through sacrifice. And if you can't fall in love with that process, if you can't embrace the grind, then you'll never make it to the other side. The ones who truly make it, the ones who rise above, they don't just want the end result, they want the work. They crave the challenge. They understand that the grind is where champions are made. See, the struggle isn't there to break you, it's there to shape you. It's in the early mornings when your body is screaming for more sleep. It's in the lonely nights when nobody is cheering you on. It's in the setbacks, the rejections, the moments when everything in you wants to quit, but you don't. That's where the magic happens. Because when you commit to the grind, when you embrace it, something shifts inside of you. You stop looking for shortcuts. You stop hoping for easy. You start realizing that every ounce of sweat, every sacrifice, every extra rep, every late night hour, it's all building you into something stronger. You don't run from the hard work, you run toward it. Because you understand that the grind is the only path to greatness. The ones who fail, they want success to come fast. They want it to be easy. But the truth is, success will test you. It will push you to your breaking point just to see if you're worthy of it. And if you're not willing to show up every day and put in the work, whether you feel like it or not, then you'll never get there. Because talent alone won't save you. Motivation won't sustain you. It's discipline, it's perseverance. It's an unshakable commitment to the process, no matter how hard it gets. So you have a choice. You can be like everyone else, wishing, hoping, waiting for the perfect moment, or you can step into the fire and do what needs to be done. Because here's the truth. The grind will make or break you. And if you learn to love it, if you learn to embrace every ounce of pain, every setback, every challenge, then nothing can stop you. Greatness isn't given. It's earned in the unseen hours, in the days when no one is watching, in the moments when you could walk away, but you choose to keep going. That's where champions are built. That's where dreams are forged. So stop waiting for it to get easier. Stop waiting to feel ready. Show up. Put in the work. Fall in love with the grind. Because if you do, if you give yourself fully to the process, then success isn't a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. Success isn't built in a day. It's not one big moment, one lucky break, one grand gesture that changes everything. No, success is built in the quiet, in the repetition, in the commitment to showing up every single day, whether you feel like it or not. It's not about making one massive leap forward. It's about taking small, deliberate steps again and again until one day you look up and realize you've climbed a mountain. But most people don't have the patience for that. They want results now. They want to plant the seed and see the tree grow overnight. And when they don't, they quit. They tell themselves it wasn't meant to be, that they weren't cut out for it. But the truth is, it wasn't a lack of talent. It wasn't bad luck. It was a lack of consistency. Because anything worth having takes time. Anything worth achieving requires persistence. The difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't intelligence, isn't skill. It's the ability to keep going when the excitement wears off, when the progress is slow, when the results don't show up as fast as you hoped. That's when most people walk away. But the ones who stay, the ones who keep putting in the work, keep believing, keep grinding, they are the ones who build something unshakable. You see, consistency is the secret weapon of the greats. It's what separates the ones who talk about success from the ones who actually achieve it. Because anyone can work hard for a day. Anyone can commit for a week, maybe even a month. But will you still be there in a year, in 5 years? When the excitement fades, when the motivation runs dry, will you still show up? That's what it takes. Showing up, even when no one is watching. Doing the work when there's no applause, no recognition, no instant gratification. Because every single day you stay consistent, you're laying another brick, building the foundation for something bigger than yourself. And at first it may seem like nothing is happening. It may feel like you're stuck, like all that effort is for nothing. But keep going, because over time, those small efforts compound. They build momentum. And one day, what once felt impossible will feel inevitable. So, don't fall for the lie that success happens overnight. Don't get discouraged when the results take longer than expected. Instead, commit to the process, trust in the work. Stay consistent, no matter what. Because if you do, there's no limit to what you can achieve. It's not about being the most talented. It's not about being the smartest. It's about showing up over and over again until the world has no choice but to take notice. That's how success is built. That's how dreams become reality. And that's how you become unstoppable. Life will test you. It will push you to your breaking point. It will knock you down so hard that you question everything, your strength, your dreams, your purpose. And in that moment, when you're on your knees, when everything in you is screaming to quit, that is when you decide who you are. That is when you either surrender or you rise. Because make no mistake, you will fail. You will fall. There will be days when nothing goes right, when the obstacles seem too big, when the weight of it all feels unbearable. That's not a sign to stop. That's a sign to push harder, to dig deeper, to get back up. Not just with the same energy, but with even more fire, with even more determination. Because the world doesn't respect the ones who never faced adversity. It respects the ones who took the hit, who got back up and who kept moving forward, no matter what. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's built. It's forged in the fire of struggle. In the moments when quitting seems like the easiest option, but you choose to keep going anyway. Every setback, every failure, every rejection, it's not there to stop you, it's there to strengthen you. It's shaping you into something unbreakable. The only question is, will you let it? Because weak people crumble under pressure. They let one failure define them. They let one bad moment turn into a bad week, a bad year, a bad life. But strong people, they take the pain and turn it into fuel. They take the setbacks and use them as stepping stones. They don't run from the struggle, they embrace it. They understand that resilience isn't built when things are easy, it's built when everything is against you and you keep pushing forward anyway. The ones who make it to the top, they didn't get there because it was easy. They got there because they refused to quit when it was hard. Because they understood that every fall was just another chance to rise even stronger. You don't build resilience by avoiding challenges. You build it by facing them, by pushing through them, by proving to yourself over and over again that nothing, not failure, not pain, not doubt, can break you. So the next time life knocks you down, remember this: the fall is not what defines you. What defines you is how you rise. Will you let failure keep you down, or will you stand back up, look it in the eye, and say, is that all you got? Because if you can do that, if you can refuse to stay down, if you can keep moving forward even when every part of you wants to quit, then there is nothing in this world that can stop you. You won't just be strong, you'll be unshakable, unbreakable, built like steel. And the world will have no choice but to respect you for it. Distraction is the silent killer of dreams. It doesn't come in with a loud crash, it doesn't announce itself, it sneaks in, little by little, stealing your time, stealing your energy, stealing your future. And most people don't even realize it's happening. They say they want success, they say they want to win, but they spend hours scrolling through nonsense, caught up in drama, chasing temporary pleasure instead of permanent progress. They let distractions pull them in 100 different directions until they wake up one day and wonder why they're still in the same place. If you want success, if you want to reach the highest level, then you have to guard your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Your success, your future, your legacy, it all comes down to your ability to lock in, to eliminate anything that doesn't push you forward, to make a decision that nothing will come between you and your purpose, because every moment you waste is a moment you never get back. Every distraction you entertain is a step further from where you're supposed to be. Look around. Who are you spending your time with? What are you feeding your mind? What are you allowing into your space? Because if it's not building you up, it's tearing you down. If it's not adding to your grind, it's subtracting from it. And the truth is, most people know exactly what's holding them back, but they refuse to let it go. They cling to bad habits, toxic relationships, meaningless entertainment, all while wondering why they're not making progress. You can't have both. You can't say you want success, but live a life full of distractions. You can't say you want to be great while giving your time and energy to things that don't serve you. It doesn't work that way. If you want to win, you have to be willing to sacrifice. You have to be willing to cut off anything that isn't pushing you forward. That means cutting off excuses, cutting off negativity, cutting off anything that's pulling you away from your vision. Because when you cut out distractions, when you focus all your energy on your mission, something powerful happens. You move faster, you grow stronger, you start seeing results that once felt impossible. You separate yourself from the pack, not because you're more talented, not because you're luckier, but because you made a choice to lock in, to eliminate the noise, to give everything you have to your purpose. So ask yourself right now, what's holding you back? What distractions have been stealing your time? And more importantly, are you willing to cut them out? Because that's what it takes. It's not just about wanting success. It's about being disciplined enough to protect your focus, to stay locked in, to refuse to let anything pull you away from your goals. The choice is yours. Stay distracted and stay the same, or cut out what doesn't serve you and become unstoppable. If you're waiting for someone to validate your dreams, you'll be waiting forever. If you're looking for approval before you take that first step, you'll never move. Because the truth is, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to hand you a blueprint to success. Nobody is going to believe in you the way you need to believe in yourself. That job is yours and yours alone. People will doubt you, they will question you, they will look at your ambition and shake their heads because they don't see what you see. And that's fine. It's not their job to see your vision, it's yours. It's not their responsibility to believe in your potential, it's yours. Because if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't bet on yourself, then why should anyone else? Think about every successful person you admire. Do you think they had an army of people cheering them on from the very beginning? No, most of them started alone. Most of them were doubted, laughed at, dismissed. But they didn't wait for permission to chase their dreams. They didn't wait for the world to validate their greatness. They bet on themselves. They took risks when no one believed in them. They invested in their vision when others walked away, and that's what separated them from the rest. You have to be willing to do the same. You have to stand in front of that mirror and tell yourself, I got this. I am built for this. I will not quit. And then you have to back up those words with action, day in, day out, no matter what. Because betting on yourself isn't just about confidence. It's about commitment. It's about showing up when it's hard. It's about putting in the work when nobody is watching. It's about trusting yourself enough to keep going even when the results haven't shown up yet. There will be moments when the doubt creeps in, when the failures sting, when the obstacles feel too big. That's when most people quit. That's when most people fold, but not you. Because you are not most people. You are someone who understands that success doesn't come from waiting, it comes from doing. From believing, from relentlessly betting on yourself over and over again until the world has no choice but to take notice. So stop looking for approval, stop waiting for the perfect moment, stop expecting someone else to see what you see. This is your life, your dream, your responsibility. Invest in yourself, work on yourself, push yourself beyond your limits. And when the world tells you it can't be done, smile. Because you already know the truth, you already made the bet, and you never lose when you bet on yourself. The moment you start thinking you've made it, the moment you start believing you've reached the top, that's the moment you start falling, because there is no finish line. There is no point where you get to sit back and relax and say, I've done enough. The people who truly win in this life, the ones who leave a legacy, the ones who make an impact, they never stop growing. They never stop evolving. You see, life is a constant climb. And just because you've reached one peak doesn't mean the journey is over. There's always another level. There's always more to learn, more to do, more to become. The greatest minds, the strongest leaders, the most successful people in any field, none of them settle. None of them get comfortable. Because the moment you get comfortable, you start slipping. The moment you stop pushing, you start falling behind. And I get it, you work hard, you sacrifice, you grind for years, and when you finally achieve something, when you finally taste success, you want to pause, you want to enjoy it. And yes, you should celebrate your wins, you should take a moment to appreciate how far you've come, but don't you dare let that moment turn into complacency. Don't let it make you soft, because the world doesn't stop moving just because you do. Look around. The people who fall off, the ones who used to be great but somehow lost it, they didn't just wake up one day and forget how to be successful. No, they stopped evolving. They got comfortable. They thought they had done enough. They stopped learning. They stopped challenging themselves. And before they knew it, they were no longer at the top. They were struggling just to keep up. That will not be your story, because you are built different. You understand that every level you reach is just the beginning of the next climb. You understand that hunger is not something you have, it's something you cultivate. You understand that true success is about growth. Constant, relentless, never-ending growth. So stay hungry, stay curious, keep pushing yourself beyond what you think you're capable of. Keep looking for ways to improve, to sharpen your skills, to expand your mind. Never let a day go by where you don't learn something new. Never let a challenge pass by without using it to make yourself stronger. Because the ones who separate themselves, the ones who truly become great, they never stop climbing. They never stop evolving. They wake up every day with the mindset that there's more to do, more to give, more to become. And that is why they win. So no matter how far you've come, no matter what you've achieved, keep going, keep growing, keep evolving, because this journey, it never ends. And the moment you stop moving forward, that's the moment you start losing everything you worked for. Keep climbing, always. So, I ask you again, what will you do when life tests you? When the pressure is on? Will you grind? Will you push harder? Will you be the one who separates yourself from the pack? Because make no mistake, the grind is not for the weak. But if you embrace it, if you live it, if you breathe it, success will have no choice but to bow down to you. Now go and put in the work.